Headway Intermediate, 4th edition, by John and Liz Sauls, published in copyright Oxford University Press, 2009. CD2. Unit 7. Tape script 7.1. J.K. Rowling, author and billionaire. The early years.
Joanne Kathleen Rowling, author of the best-selling Harry Potter series of books, was born in 1965 near Bristol, England. Her birthday, July the 31st, is the same as her famous hero Harry Potter.
School days.
Joanne did well in school. Her favourite subjects were English and foreign languages, and she studied French at university. She graduated in 1986, and over the next few years had a variety of jobs. However, her passion was writing. She'd written her first story, Rabbit, about a rabbit with measles, aged 6.
Harry Potter is born.
She started writing the first Harry Potter book in 1990. The idea for Harry, a lonely 11-year-old orphan who is actually a wizard, came to Rowling while she was travelling by train between Manchester and London. Although she left England a short time after that to teach English in Portugal, she continued to write Harry's story. She returned to Britain in 1993 and settled in Scotland. After a brief marriage in Portugal, she was now divorced, with a baby, Jessica. It was a difficult time. She was out of work and depressed, but finally completed her first book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. It was published in Britain in 1997 and quickly became a hit with both children and adults.
J.K. Rowling today.
JKR has been writing Harry Potter books for nearly 20 years. She writes in longhand, and each book takes 1 year to complete. She has now completed the series of 7 Harry Potter books. The last book, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, came out in July 2007. Her books have won numerous awards, including Children's Book of the Year. She married her second husband, Dr. Neil Murray, in 2001, and has since had 2 more children, a boy, David, born in 2003, and a girl, Mackenzie, born in 2005.
Fans all over the world.
The books have been translated into over 60 languages, and over 300 million copies have been sold worldwide. The first 6 books have been made into films. She has become the highest-earning woman in Britain, richer than the Queen. She has made over £600 million, more than $1 billion. This makes her the first person ever to have become a billionaire from writing books.
Tape script 7.2. 1.
Where and when was she born?
She was born near Bristol, in England, in 1965.
2.
When did she write her first story? What was it about?
She wrote her first story when she was 6. It was about a rabbit with measles.
3.
What was she doing when she had the idea for Harry Potter?
She was travelling by train between Manchester and London.
4.
Where did she teach English?
In Portugal.
5.
When was the first Harry Potter book published?
In 1997.
6.
How long has she been writing the books?
For nearly 20 years.
7.
How many has she written?
7.
8.
How many children has she had?
3.
9.
How many books have been sold?
Over 300 million copies.
10.
Which books have been made into films?
The first 6.
11.
How much money has she made?
She's made over £600 million.
12.
How many authors have become billionaires?
Only one. Her.
Tape script 7.3. Jack, age 10, talks about Harry Potter.
So, Jack, I know you love Harry Potter. How long have you been a fan of the books?
I think since I was about 5, but I was so small I couldn't read yet, and my mum read them to me.
How many of the books have you read?
I've read them all. Well, not all exactly.
What do you mean?
Well, I didn't like Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, so I didn't finish it.
Ah, which did you like best?
I liked all the others, but not that one. It was too samey. It was boring because it was just like the one before.
Have you seen any of the Harry Potter films?
Yes, I have.
Which have you seen?
I've seen them all, every one.
And did you like them all?
Yes, I did. I thought they were fantastic. But my brother didn't. He got scared. He didn't like the Chamber of Secrets, the bit where the basilisk attacked.
The what?
The basilisk. It's kind of a huge snake, and it attacked Harry Potter.
Oh, I bet a lot of children were frightened by it.
I wasn't.
Jack, have you any idea how many Harry Potter books have been sold in the world?
I don't know. Millions? Maybe 20 million?
Not quite. It's 300 million.
300 million? Wow, that's a lot of books.
And what do you know about the author?
I know it's J.K. Rowling, and she's got 2 children. I wonder if they've read their mum's books.
She has 3 children, actually. Have a lot of your friends read the books?
Yes, every single one.
What? All your friends?
Yeah, definitely. All of them.
That's amazing. Now, I know as well as Harry Potter you have another passion.
Yeah, football. I'm a big Blackburn Rovers fan. They're brilliant.
Are they? And how long have you been playing football?
Since I could walk, I'd rather play football than do anything else in the world.
So if I asked you, what would you rather do this afternoon? Read a Harry Potter or play football?
You know the answer.
Tape script 7.4. Discussing grammar. 1,
His plane took off a few minutes ago.
2,
The president has resigned and a new president has been elected.
3,
I've been working in Dubai since last March. When did you arrive?
4,
How many emails have you sent?
5,
What have you been doing in the bathroom? You've been in there for ages.
6,
A huge snowstorm has hit New York. Over 40 centimetres of snow has fallen in the past 12 hours. People have been advised to stay at home.
Tape script 7.5. Calvin Klein, a passion for fashion.
How long has Calvin Klein been interested in fashion?
Oh, since he was about 14. When he was a teenager, he spent hours sketching women's suits and dresses.
What different kinds of clothes has he designed in his career?
He's designed sportswear and underwear, but he's possibly most famous for his jeans, which always have his name on the back pocket.
How many times has he been married and divorced?
He's been married twice and divorced twice. His first wife was Jane Center. He met her when they were both fashion students. His second wife was Kelly Rector. She was a rich New York socialite and photographer.
How many children does he have?
Just one, a daughter, Marcy, who is now a successful television producer.
How many awards has he won?
He's won 7 fashion awards altogether. He made history because he won awards for both men's and women's fashions in the same year.
How long has he been making his own perfumes?
He's been making Calvin Klein perfumes since the late 80s.
What are they called?
His first were called Obsession and Eternity. His most recent is called Euphoria. His others include Truth and Crave, which was designed for men.
Which famous people has he worked with and designed for?
He's worked with the model Kate Moss and designed clothes for many stars, including Julia Roberts, Gwyneth Paltrow and Helen Hunt. He's also worked with Brooke Shields, who, aged 15, modelled his jeans with the famous line, "Nothing comes between me and my Calvins."
How long has he been selling cosmetics?
Since the 1990s. These are only sold in the best department stores, such as Harrods in London and Bloomingdale's in New York.
Tape script 7.6. Spoken English. 1.
How long are you here for?
4 more days. We came 2 days ago.
2.
How long have you been here?
Since Monday.
3.
How long are you here for?
Until Friday. We're leaving Friday morning.
4.
How long have you been here?
Over half an hour. Where have you been?
5.
How long are you here for?
We're staying a month altogether.
Tape script 7.7. Things I'm passionate about. Julia.
I'm really passionate about playing tennis. I've been playing nearly 20 years. I was about 7 or 8 when I started having lessons, and I had a fantastic teacher. I think that's why I still love it. She was passionate about the sport, and that influenced me. I've played in competitions, mainly when I was at school. I still do sometimes. I enjoy it, I think, because it's a very psychological game. I mean, if you're playing badly, you have to push yourself to continue. It's a challenge not to give up. It's also a very sociable sport. I've made lots of friends playing doubles, and it's a game that doesn't have to be expensive. Anyone can play. All you need is a tennis racket. You don't need expensive clothing or equipment like you do for skiing, and it's a fantastic way to keep fit all year round. There's only about 3 months that you can't play. When I lived in Australia, I played every week of the year. I adored that. It was brilliant.
Paul.
My passion at the moment is horse riding. It's strange to hear myself say that because I've only been doing it about a year, and I never imagined I'd be so keen on it. It all happened because I was talking to someone who rode horses, and I said that stupid thing people often say, "Oh, I've always wanted to do that." And she said, "Why don't you then?" And I thought, why not? I've always liked horses. They're so big and powerful, but so beautiful when you see them racing round a field or on a track. It amazes me that they let people ride on their backs. Riding is very physically demanding because your body has to be in harmony. It has to move with the horse, but it keeps you fit. Of course, I have fallen off a few times, but it seems that the more you fall, the less it hurts. Also, you have to try and understand your horse. They have moods. You never quite know what a ride is going to be like. A horse you had a fantastic ride on one week can be slow and miserable the next week. I really like that about horses. They have personalities.
Andrew.
I'm passionate about poetry. I studied English literature at university, but it wasn't until after I graduated that I really got into poetry, and I started writing some myself. And I met some other people who wrote poetry, and I heard them read it aloud, and that was amazing. I felt the power of the words. The thing I like so much about it is that you can say so much with just a few words. So little means a lot. Each word, each noun, adjective, preposition has to work hard. There's a poem by Simon Armitage called To His Lost Lover. It's a poem of regret, about not saying the things you should have said in a relationship. It has it all for me. Poetry's all about saying what often goes unsaid and with passion. It can be such a help in your life. If you feel tired or depressed, you can always find a poem that will help. It can be short or long. It doesn't matter.
James.
The thing I'm passionate about, and this may surprise many people, is, British weather. I know lots of people can't stand our weather. They complain about it all the time, but I love it. You see, when I was a child, my family lived in California for 5 years, and we had about 365 days of sunshine every year. It was so boring. I was 10 when we came back to England, and I just loved all the changes in the weather. Here you really appreciate the sunshine, and you notice the seasons. For me, one of nature's miracles is after a long, hot, sunny day, there's a thunderstorm or a downpour of rain, and you go out in the garden and you can smell the freshness in the air. The world has been washed clean and bright. It's magic. And you know, it's a myth that it rains all the time. It doesn't. Anyway, it's the rain that gives us our green fields. You know that joke, if you don't like English weather, wait 10 minutes. That's why it's interesting.
Harriet.
Something I feel really passionately about is fox hunting. My grandmother, mother and uncles have always been keen on hunting, and I started when I was about 6. We hunt up in the Welsh mountains. We go out from about 11 a.m. and we don't get back till after dark. And the thing I love best about it is that you are away from everything and everyone, up in the hills, and you work together with horses and dogs. And if you're following a clever fox, you can see him working out how to lose the dogs. He knows the countryside so well, where the holes are, where to hide. Where we hunt in Wales, it's a sheep farming area, so the farmers contact us if they have a problem with a fox. We only hunt on their land if we are asked. I don't hunt so much now because the laws have changed.
Tape script 7.8. Music of English.
How fantastic!
Absolutely.
Did you?
What a pity.
Tape script 7.9. Pleasure.
That's great!
Lovely.
Agreement.
Definitely.
Fair enough.
Fine.
Surprise.
You didn't.
You did what?
Sympathy.
That's a shame.
That's too bad.
Bad luck.
Tape script 7.10.
My grandfather hasn't been too well lately.
Oh, dear.
He's 79. Don't you think at his age he should slow down a bit?
Absolutely.
But he won't listen to me. He says he wants to enjoy his life to the full.
Well, fair enough.
Last summer, he went on a 2-week cycling holiday in France.
You're kidding.
We're going to give him a big party for his 80th birthday.
That's great.
But before that, I'm going to have a word with him and tell him to take things more easy.
Good for you.
Tape script 7.11. 1.
My boyfriend's just asked me to marry him.
Did he? How fantastic! Did you say yes?
2.
Will spaghetti bolognese be okay for dinner?
Of course. That's great. It's one of my favourites.
3.
There's a strike at the airport, so my holiday's been cancelled.
Oh dear, that's a shame. Will you get your money back?
4.
I failed my driving test again.
You didn't. That's too bad. Better luck next time.
5.
We're expecting a baby.
Are you? Congratulations. When's it due?
6.
So you think I should save to buy a car, not borrow the money?
Definitely. You've already got too many debts.
7.
I told him I never wanted to see him again.
You're kidding! What a pity. I always thought the two of you were so good together.